Yo, I remember dropping out of high school, and it wasn't until then where I decided to start reading books on my own and shit. Like books that obviously nobody would tell me anymore because I dropped out of high school. But books that would teach me shit. Because at that time, when I was 16, when I dropped out, I already knew that I had no grandparents, no uncles, no aunts, no cousins. I'm probably like the only Hispanic person that you will ever meet that basically has no family tree at all. No brothers, no sisters. My mom and dad, yeah, sure, but other than that, nothing. Like no family reunions. Like, I have no family and shit at all. I never had nobody. Like, I'd be watching these movies and shit. There's always this elder who teaches the fucking none of that shit. None of that. All my information came from me reading books on my own and fucking trying to gather information because I ain't know shit about the world. Even when I was that young, I knew that I didn't know shit and I needed to learn something about. Like, that's why it's not hard for me to not have connections and shit with really anybody. Like, you'll meet more people. Not to say I'm famous or anything. I'm really not at all. I ain't shit. But you almost see more people who know about me than know me in fucking reality and shit. It's just the fucking way it is. I mean, it's not the way I choose to be. It's just the way it is. I'm so used to it and shit. And fucking gold figure, the one fucking brother that I did have, he's dead. So that's about it. As far as that, like, that's why I'm really emotionless when it comes to fucking, I guess, people and shit. It's like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, people can't bother me. You ever see those people try to say nasty shit to somebody? I really have no emotions to I really have no emotions to what people say at all. That's why I'm such a good troll. Like, nothing affects me. There's nothing you could say about me that would actually bother me. Like, but I do get satisfaction out of fucking with people. Don't get that twisted. But back to what like, all my information that I figured out about life, or I came to conclusions on my own, which everybody should, because that's the best way you learn, has came from me reading books and shit. That's why, like, yo, if you see me ever in public, I usually have this thing in my fucking ear. I'm usually, most of the times, listening to an audio book. Like, I have that fucking shit, that $14.99 subscription through Amazon Kindle book and shit. I listen to fucking books all the time, just randomly, just walking around about my day and shit. Or even when I'm in the house and shit, I'll just have this shit, I'll be doing something else and I'll be listening to it. But it's so much easier now, but I love reading books, but it's so much easier to hear them. I'm not going to fucking lie. I retain the information the same. But I know that's why I'm still a fucking child at heart. Like, I still act like a fucking kid. I'm not going to fucking lie. I haven't grown up yet. What the fuck? And I think to grow up, you would have to have been raised, and I really wasn't raised, to be honest, and shit. But I did want information, and I still do to this day. I think you're stupid if you don't. You know why probably I'm not like some fucking piece of shit criminal and shit, like always breaking the law and go, not to fucking shit on anybody who does, to each his own or whatever. But I remember being a kid walking through South America, seeing like murals of Che Guevara and shit, and I didn't know who the fuck he was. But that fucking interested me to go find out who he was, and mostly because of Che. This is why I got his fucking saying tattooed on my neck. It's because of him I chose to be kind of like a good person, so to say, even though Che did some fucked up shit, but he did it with good intentions, which is a lot of shit that I take away from him. Like, you could do bad with good intentions, and I think it fucking evens out. Yeah, you can always do bad with good intentions, because, I don't know who said this, but I love this quote: lessons not taught in blood are easily forgotten. You could tell somebody shit 100 times, but if you punch them in their fucking mouth, and then that's when they'll learn. It's like, not specifically that, but you know what I mean. You have to set extreme examples for people to fuck. And I don't really care how that sounds, but I take pride knowing that my kids are not going to be corrupted. You ever hear those family stories where it's always like an uncle or aunt or fucking cousin or grandma or grandfather or some shit who does some fucked up shit? I don't know. You could pick out and choose whatever you want to fucking focus on, but they always do some fucked up shit, family. That's why I'm glad my 2 kids have no uncles, no aunts, no cousins, no nothing. Now, I'm not going to fucking close them out from the world. Absolutely not. But I'm just saying, they don't have that shit where they have to be paired with some other kids who probably, not getting raised right. Like, if we go to school, yeah, you got to deal with society. Fucking, you're going to go to public school and shit and learn how to deal with the world. But as far as growing up, you're not going to have to deal with that because you shouldn't. I gotta get prepare them for the world. But once you hit school, you're off to your own. Whatever happens, happens. Somebody punch you in the face, you gotta punch them back. Whatever the fuck it is, it is what it is. You gotta deal with it. But not. And I wanted to say all that to explain my attitude. You know how I think my attitude really is I don't give a fuck about shit. It's because I never needed nobody in my fucking life. I really fucking never needed anything from anybody and shit. It's kind of weird, yeah, having kids, and now I have somebody always around me, stuck on my ass. But I'm fine with that because my children and shit. It's all good. But that's where my attitude comes from, man. Just a glimpse and shit. People are like, yo, he really don't give a fuck. I really fucking know. It's because I don't give a fuck. When you grow up as fucking like a lone wolf or some shit, as you're fucking teaching yourself shit, everything in life I taught my fucking self. Fuck it, everything. It gives you that attitude, like, the fuck do I need to fucking... I don't need to fucking sugarcoat shit for nobody. If somebody does some shit I don't like, guess what? It's right then and there. I'm gonna fucking say it. I don't give a fuck if I'm cool with you or not. I don't give a fuck. That was my whole point with saying that. Bitch. I done backpacked through South America by myself with just a book bag and money because I am American, so... and fucking went on road trips by myself. Like, I'm so comfortable with being with myself, yo. I think that's why I've gotten as far as I've gotten and not done any crazy life fucking up shit to myself because I'm so comfortable with who I am. Like, I really am who you see and shit. Like, I ain't fucking joking around or playing around and shit. Like, it's really me. I don't know how I got to this point. I would have to retrack everything and shit. Like, what was the point? At what point did I want to fucking just go out by myself? But whatever it was fucking great because I'm so comfortable with fucking who I am. It's fucking amazing and shit. Like, I'll say this again. I don't know how it sounds, but I'm excited when I wake up and I'm me. I don't know how that sounds. It's true as shit though. Real fucking shit. I'm excited to be me.